Carroll getting ready for the 49ers and the NFC Championship game on Sunday night?
I thought it was a good practice. You know, Wednesday, obviously an important day for us, and you know, to start installing the game plan and going through the things we want to do this weekend. So I thought it was good. We got off to a good start.
What do you see when you look at that defensive front over there and all those Pro Bowlers?
When you turn on the film, you see a really good defense. They are solid. I mean, 6 Pro Bowlers on defense, guys that are extremely talented. They play as hard and as physical as anybody in the league. I think you see that when you watch the film, and I think they're very sound in their scheme. You know, they do what they do. They show up week in and week out, have a lot of same things show up week in and week out, but they do them very well.
What challenges will the marauding safeties present? Last week you had the big corners. This week you got 2 Pro Bowl safeties up back there.
Both of those guys do a great job, Golson and Whitner, and you know, they come down in the run game. They're physical against the run. They do a great job in their passing game, both playing high safety and then coming down and cutting crossing routes. You know, I've been very impressed with both of those guys on film. They're aggressive. They've got great range. They cover a lot of ground, and you know, their scheme allows them to, you know, make plays in the secondary. They change up their coverages pretty good, and they move both those guys around pretty well.
Are they much different from 2 years ago when you faced them?
Yeah, they're definitely different. You know, personnel, I mean, they've got some similar guys to what we faced a couple of years ago, but schematically they're different than when we played them last time.
Matt, is there anything somebody can throw at you that you don't feel like as an offensive unit you guys can't handle?
No, you know, I think, you know, in terms of scheme and blitzes and those kind of things, you know, I think we've got a veteran group of guys who, you know, certainly have seen a lot of different looks. You know, there's always times where they catch you a little bit confused, and it's, you know, how you react in those situations. And for the most part, I think we've done a pretty good job of that all year. And then it's about adjusting to it on the sideline. And that's another thing that I think, you know, we've done a good job of all year. I'm sure they'll have a wrinkle or two for us when we get out there and you know, start playing situationally. Maybe they'll have some different things from what they've shown the past couple of weeks. But that's, you know, par for the course. That's kind of what you see every week.
What do you notice on film from Alden Smith as opposed to DeMarcus Ware or any of the other edge guys you faced?
Alden Smith, you know, a talented player. You know, has his own unique skill set. I think he has the most sacks. I'm not sure, but I think he has the most sacks in the league the last 2 years. And you know, he plays tandem with Justin Smith, and I think those two guys really play well with each other. They do a great job in their defensive line stunts in terms of, you know, creating a free rusher. You know, I think the thing that's, you know, interesting about what they do with Alden too is, you know, he drops out and gets into coverage a little bit too, and he does a great job with that. So, I mean, he's an extremely versatile player, and certainly somebody we're going to have to be aware of where he's at on Sunday.
And Matt, could you talk about how you're able to maintain your poise late in the games, and you know, perhaps for the visitors, go over how you got the Matty Ice nickname in college?
The Matty Ice nickname, it actually started when I was in high school. Yeah, it started when I was in high school, and just kind of in the locker room. Really, when I was a freshman in high school, it kind of started and has stuck. But for no particular reason, just kind of out of the blue. I guess it sounded cool, but. What was the other? I'm sorry.
How you maintain your poise?
Clearly, I don't maintain it.
Did you do something back then leading to give you that nickname? Did you pull out a game or something along the line there and just continue throughout?
Yeah, it must have been JV football or something like that when I was a freshman. No, I mean, honestly, nothing really that crazy. But in terms of keeping my poise, I think, you know, I think as a guy who's been around now for 5 years, you learn that, you know, it's difficult week in and week out during the NFL, during an NFL game, and you need to keep playing. playing, and you need to stay focused on trying to go out there and execute as best you can. If you're worrying about all of the other things that I think everybody else worries about while they're watching the games or whatever, you're taking away from what you need to do. And it's not just myself. I think, collectively as a team, we've done a great job of it all year of, regardless of how games shake out, we just continue to battle, continue to play as best we can, and continue to fight. And when you have guys that have that kind of mentality, it gives you a chance every week.
Matt, you and Todd McClure really kind of hit it off from the time you came into the league. Can you just sort of talk about your chemistry with him? And everyone talks about receiver, quarterback chemistry, but chemistry with the center, and also what you learned from him, what he brings.
Yeah, Todd's been huge for my career here in Atlanta, and I think, he's a guy that doesn't get enough recognition. I mean, in all honesty, my first 2 years here, in terms of our pass protection, Todd carried me. He really did, and he set every protection. He got us on the right page. He kept me clean and helped me out immensely. He's a consummate professional. He really is. I mean, he's extremely well prepared week in and week out. He gives it everything he has, and it's he's a guy that I've looked up to on how to handle your business, how to be a good teammate, what it takes to have yourself prepared. Those kind of things. I've looked up to it since I've been here, and he's certainly meant an awful lot to me.
There was some question after last year whether you'd be back this year. Were you concerned through that period? Were you talking to him at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we keep in touch during the off season, and it's one of those things. I remember he sent out a mass text when he signed back, and all of most of the guys were on it, and everybody's responses were, just everybody was fired up. Everybody was excited that he was going to be back, and he's just a great teammate. He really is. He's a great person, great teammate, and he's one of the leaders of our football team. What's that?
With the text.
Just something to the extent of he's going to be back this year, but it was probably a few different words.
Matt, Todd was somewhat emotional when I talked to him after you were in against Seattle, saying essentially that we've broken through the bubble and now we can just go play. Is there a sense that you feel now we can just kind of go play?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I think it's a good thing to get that first one out of the way for sure, because there's a lot of other things, a lot of other questions that you have to answer, and can be distracting. I think everybody did a great job of not letting it distract us, but it can be. And really, at this point, I think it's more of, let's just get back into our routine of week-to-week normal stuff, normal questions that you have to answer, and get ourselves prepared to go out and play. And I think if we keep that mindset, stay loose, we've been loose all year, and we were loose